Coming up on Unwritten, having two parents commit suicide. That's super traumatic.
We come into this life with so much promise and potential, but we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. I think the question I ask myself a lot is like, why are we here? It's like, how alive can I be? Because I've got one chance.
Megan, you said you don't do surface level, you do soul level.
Yes.
What is your soul telling you right now?
To breathe. To go as deep into life, regardless if it's painful or if it's beautiful, just to feel it all. That's why we're here, in my opinion.
To what?
To feel it. Like we're human, and I feel like we spend a lot of time like avoiding the pain and the hard stuff, and we always want to be happy, right? But I feel like there's so much that the pain can offer too. Like we have this full spectrum of human emotions, and none of us are immune to it, right?
Yeah.
And we never know what life can bring our way at any moment. And what I've learned is that there is so much beauty and growth and little golden nuggets of wisdom that's available to us if we don't numb out and we feel it all. It's hard though. It's very hard. Easier said than done.
Yeah, because I'm sure you've heard of it before. People saying like, I have secrets I'm going to die with. Have you heard that before? Like, I'm going to take this to the grave.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Or like what I see is like people taking their dreams to the grave with them. And that's probably the most heartbreaking thing.
Life is too short.
Yeah, we get one chance, man. One chance. What are we going to make of it?
Yeah, I've been personally struggling with that feeling of overwhelm. And it's like, I got to snap myself out of it. Like, if I had like a slap, like I'd slap myself if I could. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, it's all right. Like, overwhelm is usually because you're thinking of too many things at once. And to me, the solution is, okay, what is the one thing that I could do that will alleviate this feeling of overwhelm?
Yeah, to like take a pause, close your eyes, take a breath, right? Yeah, like what's that next thing that I need to do or can do to move myself forward?
And I love how you said, we're this full spectrum of human. And the first thing I was reminded of is, because I've been studying a lot of like old psychology, and Carl Jung said, we shouldn't strive for perfection in life. We should strive for wholeness, and wholeness means accepting our shadow self.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think our shadow self is going to bring us to our wholeness because it's hidden in the dark. It's the things that we don't want to acknowledge. That if we did, it would bring us right back to ourselves, self-acceptance, self-awareness. It's good stuff.
And we can't outrun it. It's always there. It's right there.
We try, man. We try so hard. Yeah, it's just interesting. Like we come into this life and we come into this life with so much promise and potential, but we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. I think some of us like get little Like we all have a piece to the puzzle. Like we all will like have our like our gifts, our golden nuggets of wisdom
Mm,
to
mhm.
offer. And I think we're just all just kind of like putting it together, like grabbing bits of wisdom from other
Yeah.
people here and there. Like that's how I actually sat and I was sitting in the hot tub the other day and I was reflecting on this because I had a client and I had another person ask me this on the podcast, like, how did you get to where you are? And I didn't, I was like, not
Mm,
alone. That's for sure. I got here
mm,
because of all the other people that I learned something from or had something to offer me. And I just slowly
mhm.
started to put all these pieces together and implement them into myself.
Yeah.
And I started to see this greater picture of what it meant to be a human, alive, to grow, to heal. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe we never stop. Like, well, at least it's my personal philosophy that I'm never gonna stop learning, growing, uh, discovering more of who I am and how I can, to the best of my ability, try to bring optimism into people's lives, whatever way I can. So I appreciate what you're doing as well. Uh, I want to know what got you on this journey and why do you what is post traumatic growth all about, and like why is that so important to you?
Yeah. I'll back up and I'll answer that question because I agree
Okay.
with you. Like it's like a never evolving or an ever evolving process. I don't feel like you arrive. You never arrive. Like
Yeah, you never
the,
there's never yeah.
the journey is the destination. And we just kind of plateau or we hit these glass ceilings or we keep like releasing these layers.
Mhm.
So my journey started when I was 12 years old and my father passed away with suicide, from suicide. And that was like my first moment of like the how I viewed the world, like my innocence and like how the world was like, like adults in society try to protect you of like the dark or the hard or the bad stuff. And that was the first time like that was shattered. And I was like, wow, like people are suffering and we have no idea sometimes. Like I didn't know that that was going to be my dad's, his out. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was going through something like that. But it was
Mhm.
interesting, like at that ripe, vulnerable age, I had two people step into my life. The first was a woman who's still kind of my mentor today, but she taught me Reiki. And it's funny because at the time when I was learning Reiki, it was so widely misunderstood. Like some people even thought it was witchcraft. Like people didn't even no one heard of it. No one really knew about it. But I found
Mhm.
something that was so interesting and magical. And I was like, we can heal. We can heal. We don't have to just like wait for time to pass and then like be okay. Like we can actually like move through this. And it just opened up my world to different ways of other healing modalities, different ways of being and thinking. And simultaneously, also, my cousin stepped in and he introduced me to things like Leonardo da Vinci and Shakespeare and black holes and sacred geometry.
Black
And
holes.
at 12, so I was like, my mind was like blown. But it was also,
Oh, was he a lot older than you?
yeah, he was. And
Yeah.
he's so smart. He's very interesting. I love the way his mind works. So, like, he graced me. I felt like with a brain because I was just a very typical 12-year-old girl, like in pop culture.
Yeah.
And he kind of like pulled me out of it a little bit. And one of the greatest gifts he could give me was like asking really good questions, asking why,
Mhm.
why. And it took me out of victim mode. And I started to ask like deeper questions at 12, like, what does it mean to be human? How can I like thrive and be alive and just
Existentialism.
yeah, it was so good. It really changed the trajectory
Yeah.
of my life. Like I knew that. So that's where it started. I just had this beautiful cocktail of influences at such like a vulnerable age. That's
What
what
is Reiki? If you could explain it to like a fifth grader, what is
yeah.
Reiki?
So Reiki is an old Japanese healing art where we use our energy to heal, particularly through our hands. So we all
Mm-hmm.
have it. And if you, very simple, if you think about it, like when you have a headache or you stub your toe, our natural instinct is to
Uh,
put our hands where it
uh,
hurts, right? And send that healing energy to that. Or you could do it with other people, or you can do it anywhere in the world. You can just send that energy. So I was learning this, like I was playing with energy and I was like, I was feeling it. And then at some points in my life, I could like, see it to like,
you've seen it?
see people's auras and stuff and just like play or like the trees and their auras.
They call it chi, right?
Yeah.
It's like the chi.
Life force, energy. Yeah.
How can you see it?
I think just being tapped in and tuned into that Reiki energy just kind of opened my eye just here and there throughout my life. Like some people are very gifted and they have the sight to see those.
Like auras?
Yeah. But yeah, occasionally like I'll have a teacher, up against the wall teaching and I can see like it kind of looks like on a really hot day, the pavement that will get that like above the pavement you'll see or the tar, you'll see
Like the
that like
steam?
yeah, it's
Like a
like steam, but
steamy,
it like it's
like
wavy.
a heat wave?
Yes. So that's what it
Like
would
a
look
heat
like.
wave?
And then some people can see colors. Yeah.
And then what?
I mean, that's as far as like Reiki went for me. As far as like being able to see, or I'd help people with like headaches and stuff, but it was something to help me open up doors to different possibilities. It wasn't like the thing I was looking for. It just
Mm,
got me going.
to me, I always tell people like I just take everything in. Like I don't think there's like any one thing that I'm like, this is it. Uh like I believe in yoga, I believe in meditation, I believe in working out, exercise, weightlifting, I believe in breath work. Uh I believe in spirituality, having like a higher purpose. Um but yeah, at a young age, that's pretty crazy. At 12, I was like skateboarding and like learning how to do kick flips and stuff.
Yeah, I got to be a kid. I was reading like Psychology Today. But like I love that. Well, everybody's gonna have something that calls to them. Like all of these
Yeah.
modalities or whatever you want to call it
Mhm.
are great and they all serve a purpose. Like I've had people come and they're like, yoga changed my life. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, that it just feels like I'm stretching. I'm doing yoga, but like
Mhm.
that's great. But breath work was really that thing that like blew me back and I was like, wow, like this is it. This is what I was looking for.
And how has your journey been since 12? That was a while ago.
Yeah. Um, Hairpin turns, ups and downs, beautiful, heartbreaking, challenging, right? Just like everybody else. Um, but I always carry like this deep sense of reflection,
Mhm.
wonder, and curiosity that made me want to like lean into all of it more. That makes sense.
Like lean into what more?
Everything that I was feeling and experiencing, I was always trying to extract like wisdom and knowledge and just be as present as I could with all of the things I was experiencing. There was always like this, or there is always this thing in the back of my mind that's like observing myself in the environment or the situation or the circumstance.
That's so weird.
Is it? No.
No. I was gonna say no. I was gonna say that's so weird because I feel the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you're kind of like in this perpetual state of awareness.
Yeah, instead of just being so in it, like this is my reality, like I am the victim, I am like on this high, like it, yeah, having this like more outer
Third person view on yourself.
perspective. Yeah, there's something spiritual about it. There's something that provides you with such a greater sense of awareness and wonder.
Hmm.
Yeah. What else you got?
So post traumatic growth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to
Tell
explain?
me more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it is a phenomenon where it's not just like you have this traumatic experience and then you're a victim of it. It is when you have the ability to grow exponentially because of it. And if you hear of like any of the people that we love, like these big time people, they always have a story of like hitting rock bottom, right? And then like something changes, some pivotal moment, aha moment happens, and they pick it all up, and then they just like go for it. They go for their dreams, their goals, whatever, and they just become this
Mm.
extraordinary human being. So yeah, post traumatic growth is learning and growing from trauma. And however you want to define trauma, I feel like, I could say trauma and we kind of think of this like, or people say like trauma with a capital T or trauma with a little
Oh,
t,
I heard of that
right?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like being born is traumatic. Like being coming into this world, I feel like, and being a human is traumatic. So,
You
it
think so?
yeah, I think so. I think we're all
Why?
pretty fucked and we're just trying to like do the best we can and
That's kind of dark.
and well yeah, I mean that's
That's a
I
dark
see
outlook on it.
it's well I think it's realistic in my opinion, but it doesn't mean that it's bad or wrong. I think it's just what it is. And we're all just trying to figure it out and be okay and be happy and but
I think for the most part, it's pretty optimistic. But when you said when you're born into a traumatic life, I'm thinking like we're not hunter gatherers anymore. Like trying to hide from saber tooths. We, most people in the world uh, are born in some sort of comfortability.
comfortability, yes, but I feel
Yeah.
like on a psychological level,
Mm-hmm.
especially in like the Western world, we are
Yeah.
very disconnected from
Mm-hmm.
our bodies, our feelings, a healthy mind. We may have like, even if we have loving parents and we have a wonderful upbringing, right? Like I did have a wonderful upbringing. They were amazing parents. But collectively, I
Mm-hmm.
think we're like all in a state of psychosis. Not all of us, but like I feel like we have moments. If I'm being really honest here, I feel like we have moments of sanity, and most of the time we're stuck in these programs that were passed down to us that
Yeah.
aren't healthy, and we're all just trying to
Yeah.
find our way back to like something that connects us to a higher power. This like vision that we have, I think, for ourselves and humanity of something whole.
I think that's for me what spirituality is all about. And I find it most in nature.
Yeah.
Like whenever I go for a walk and like walk by the river
Mm-hmm.
and see the trees flowing and seeing little squirrels and deer and just the nature. It just is. It's just there and everything's alive and some things are dead and and then we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's harmonizing us. It's helping us put us back into a state of balance and presence and being. Yeah, I live in the woods here, in my little cabin.
I live out in the outskirts by the river.
That's
Like
nice.
I could see the river like right outside. Uh,
That's
but
good.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of the world is on this like autopilot, uh, and they're led by their egos. You know, like I have to achieve this. I have to prove my worth. I have to um, do something. And I think for me, that's where purpose comes in. It's like, what would you do if you didn't get paid for it?
Mm. I'd be doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I am so grateful that I found the work that I'm doing because I felt like I was crawling on bloody knees trying to find something that would bring me purpose that wasn't
Mhm.
like some job that was going to suck my soul out
Oh,
and like
God.
barely be able to pay the bills because of that. I was like, that is not going to be my life. I'm going to find
Yeah.
something.
Or even some that do, like, like some people, they have lucrative jobs, but it's soul sucking, you know?
Yeah.
It's both. It's like there's some that like you're working your ass off for scraps, and then there's some you're working your ass off, but you hate it and it's lucrative,
Yeah. But you're not
you
living.
know? Yeah. So it's like find uh that equanimity in what you want to do, and then maybe and also something that could provide for you. Um yeah.
Yeah, it's important. Like, I think the question I ask myself a lot is like, why are we here? Like, even if we had everything we like needed and wanted, you're still gonna like need something that's gonna like get you up in the morning that you're so lit up about
Mm,
that just drives you, sets you on fire, right?
I think that's where passion comes in, right?
Yeah, that's passion. Yeah.
What are you most passionate about?
I want to say living, but that's not like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I
That's
guess
broad, huh?
it's broad, but
Yeah.
it's like, it makes sense. Like, so both my parents committed suicide. So it's like, for me, it's like, it makes sense. I've really tapped into like, um, this need to like stay alive and not just be like half dead, just walking around like on autopilot, just kind of doing the things that are expected out of me and having my job and going home, blah, 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 whatever. And just like being mediocre.
Mm,
It's like, how alive can I be? Because I've got one chance. And if I have the opportunity to be on like on my deathbed, I want to be like, okay, you know what? I tried, I gave it my best, and I'm proud of
yeah.
myself. And hopefully I made a
Yeah.
positive impact along the way.
Yeah. No regrets.
Yeah. Except for these tattoos I have. I feel like that's probably
What is your tattoos?
good. I was 18 and I was like highly influenced with the
Uh,
boyfriend I had. I just have some stupid tattoos. I like to think I actually have very little regrets because I've learned so much from everything. But I'm looking
yeah.
at my feet. I have these tattoos on my feet, and I'm just like, yeah, that's probably like my one regret.
What is it?
I have an eye on my foot, on one foot, and then I have these roots, but they're just really bad. And I was so young, and I feel like especially for women, like the good girl, people pleaser. It was definitely me. And I didn't like
Mm,
the tattoos, but I didn't want to offend the man who like drew them up. I didn't like them, and I didn't want to say no, even though like it was my
mm.
own body. So that was like a hard lesson, but I have to stare at them every day. a good reminder.
So when did you like let go of that people pleasing mentality? And I like to say just being unapologetically authentic and yourself, because when you are easily swayed by people and want approval and validation, it's like that comes at a cost, and the cost is your own uh truth of who you are and what you want, and being unapologetic.
Yeah. I think for me, I mean, maybe there's some people out there that like really truly own it to their core.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me, it's going to be, it's like an ever evolving, like growing, releasing the layers, you know. I see a lot of women in like their 50s and 60s who've reached a deeper level of like self assurance and like not into the people pleasing. Like you kind of more mature into that, you know. So like yeah, even just recently, this past week, I feel like I shed a layer of like shame and unapologetic, like with my sensuality, just like really owning it, always feeling like I had to like keep it in a box. Like it wasn't, I was too much. And just owning it more. And I felt when I owned it more and I finally was like, yeah, like this is who I am. I'm like a very sensual person and it can like transmute into different places. Like I'm not going to go to my kids' school like with it so obvious. I'll transmute it into more like confidence, right? But like just owning that more, I was, I know you're laughing. I was able to like
Because I'm
settle.
trying to like I'm trying to like visualize like what does it look like.
I just felt more settled in my body because I became more whole because I owned a piece of that, like, or it stopped becoming so much of
Mm,
like a shadow, a taboo, like something to be
like this
ashamed
isn't a
of.
part of me.
Yeah.
You accepted it.
Yeah.
So you practice accepting that part of you
Just,
that you used to feel ashamed of.
yeah. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you allowed to elaborate on it?
I feel like I was born this way with like this deeply in touch with this like sensual feminine side of myself. And my mother did a really good job of like not shaming it. I remember coming out, I must have been like four, like I was really little, 4 or 5, and I found her heels and her black tights and it like struck a pose and she snapped a picture and it was like, yeah, that's Megan, like that's me. And then as I got older, especially as I like became a mother, I just think more from like whatever I picked up from like societal expectations of me or
Mm-hmm.
whatever I had inside of me. It was like, oh, it's that's not appropriate. You have to like, it has to be only in a certain place. Or, but I was like, this is who I really am. Um, it,
Oh, like people who are more conservative and don't want to show as much skin versus people who are like they like to show skin
it's
like
not
that.
even about, it's however you define your sensuality, like, or,
Okay.
right? It's like, it could be skin or it could just be like, just the way I move and speak. It was just like, always trying to like tamper that down. But I'm like, that's just not me. Like, I'm not, mm,
Full. You're not full.
I don't know. Like, I have this essence. And I
Like a
have,
freedom.
yeah, actually, yeah, maybe like a freedom or it's something I've tapped into. And I have my girlfriends around me that are like, that are now asking me to like teach them how to dance
Mm.
in that way. And
Oh,
so
you
I've
like
been
to
teaching
dance.
them. But I had no idea, Thomas, that women didn't have this. I thought all women had this and I was just too much. And as I was like teaching my girlfriends, I was like, oh my God, like it was like watching like Tin Men. I'm like, okay, like you're not tapped into this. This isn't something that you're aware of that's inside of you that you could like pull out, and owning that. And
You
then,
think
yeah,
everybody has the potential to pull it out?
yeah, I don't see why not. Like if I think all of, like I said, the full spectrum is in us.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on like our conditioning, our beliefs, or our ability to express, like we're going to have, what are the words? Just like where we are on the spectrum. But like I'm here for it all.
Mm. So, when did you let go of because when I think of having two parents commit suicide, that's super traumatic. You know, it's like it stays with you. That's part of your story. It's written in stone. You know. Um, are you the only child, or
No,
yeah?
I'm the youngest of four.
Me too.
We're the babies.
I'm the youngest of four.
Yeah.
um, that's so weird. That's probably why we share that same similarity of always being observable.
Mm.
I always observed my older siblings and see like where I fit in.
Never thought of it like that. That's an interesting like connection that you made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, yeah. When did you like? Because somebody could easily just say like this happened to me, and they stay in their woe is me mentality. You know, like this happened. Like, how did you shift out of that?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see that with some of my family members where they're definitely stuck
Mm,
in the like, this happened to me. I'm a victim. And they hold on to that story like their life depends on it.
mm,
And I don't know, by the grace of God, I just feel like it was whatever blueprint of is inside of me and the influences that happened at the right time, the right place, right, cracked something open inside of me. Because I know I could have been very like, how do I want to put this? Like, just been everything that society told me I should be.
mm,
And I would have had like no brain. Um, but I think these influences at such a vulnerable time really just had me look deeper into myself and out at the world at large. Um, yeah, influences. Your influences influence you into who you are. So it's like, are they good? Are they positive? Are they helpful? Like who's in your head? Who's in your ear? Especially on those younger years when we don't have the discernment or like the actual brain ability to filter. We just take everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was always the rebellious type.
Yeah.
Were you?
No, good girl. Aim to please. But I wonder like what was inside of you that made you the rebellious type? Like rebel without a cause, or did you like have this inner knowing that like something wasn't right and you wanted to push back?
I think rules are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
Who created rules?
Yeah.
We did, humans.
Yeah.
And I think a part of me always wanted to test the limits and then also discover more about who I was through testing the limits.
I like that. I feel like that's natural. Like I feel like that's what we should be doing to find out.
Well, we don't do it because, you know, fear of ostracization, um, fear of the government, um, all these fears. Uh, But yeah, I think through breaking certain rules, I think we can find more freedom. Um, because if everybody just followed everything, you just like you were saying, like you just be a cog in the wheel. You just be like, this is where you go. This is where you go. Just follow, get in line, you know?
Yeah.
So if you push back against that, and even with like societal norms, like do this, do that, get a good job, whatever, even that is breaking the societal rule or whatever, like to not just be a cog and do your own thing. And you can do your own thing.
It takes a lot of guts. I feel like, to do what you're told you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, honestly. It was something. But yeah, ever since I was a kid, like I never listened to my mom. Curfew wasn't a thing. It's like I make my own curfew. Now
Oh,
as a parent, it's like
yeah. Bless her
well, things
heart.
were different. Things were different back then.
Yeah.
Things were different back in the early 2000s, That was 20 years ago.
I know. I feel like we got fortunate, like we hit a good window growing up.
Now it's like you're scared somebody's gonna take your kid, or there's gonna be a crazy. Even like a couple weeks ago, some random drunk was like banging on my house door at like 2 a.m. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's
So
scary.
they call the cops and everything.
That's
So
scary.
it's a scary world out there.
Can be. I heard a good quote. I forget who said it, but if I say, you might know who I'm speaking of. But it's like, if your God is a God that loves you, that is like your reality. But I'm totally watching this, or if your God is, can you help me here? Do you remember this? Have you heard this? That's just like a God that you're fear, then that's your reality.
mm, I just know I heard of people who are like lost or worship like Satan or stuff. It's like even those people are seeking some sort of divine connection, and they just happen to uh, fall into like the evil side of it, but they're still seeking something like
Yeah.
outside of ourselves that we can all connect with.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I wonder about this, like with religion, like there's all these different types of religion,
Mm-hmm.
but it all leads to like the same. It all leads to like one point. It's like all these different paths of being and believing,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all headed in the same direction ultimately.
I think it's like creation, right? Maybe.
Creation or connecting to something bigger than us, like the helping answer those questions of like, why are we here? What is life? What is the purpose of life? Because yeah, like I said, like we come in, we don't know anything. We only know what like our parents and society and culture tells us. And then, you know, you can think outside of that. You can ask questions outside of everything that you've been told. Like I said, that's what my cousin gave me. It's like, keep asking why. And that was like the greatest gift I could have been given.
Yeah, they say true wisdom isn't coming to find answers. It's when you ask better questions.
Yeah.
That's true wisdom.
Yeah. I like that. I'll take that.
Have you figured it out yet?
No, I'll never figure it out. I'll figure some things out. And I think I have. Like, I think I'm on to some things. that make living, being alive, um, more palatable or more
Mm,
beautiful, where there's
mm.
just more healing, more intention, more presence, more joy, more purpose. Uh, no,
Yeah, I think that question, why are we here? I think it's different for everybody, right?
I think
And I think, yeah, go ahead.
I think we all kind of have a piece of the puzzle.
Hmm.
So to put that, if we put it all together, I think collectively we can find an answer. But individually, I don't know. Maybe I hear these stories of like these. Have you heard of like rainbow bodies? Like these really highly
Mm.
ascended, typically in like India, these really highly ascended masters. And then like if they're so evolved, when they die, like their body like it's just crazy. You should look this up. Their body shrinks,
Okay.
and
What
then
is
it
it
like
called?
gives off this like
Rainbow Masters?
rainbow bodies.
Oh, Rainbow Bodies
Um, or
in
like,
India.
yeah, I feel like there are some beautiful human beings that are on this earth that have gotten, maybe have figured it out or have gotten really, really close to what it is that we're supposed to be. I don't know. But
Yeah, I hear people like that. They say like, um, they get a lot of pushback from various religions, which I have nothing against religions, but I just think when you label yourself into one religion, you're limited to what you could learn about the world,
yeah,
and then you naturally gain a biased view, like this mine is better,
yeah,
even though it goes against your religion to judge and to be biased. So it's like, yeah, I'm agnostic, and I just tell people I'm super spiritual and I'm grounded in nature and just and connected to the universe. Like I feel one with the universe. Like that's my spirituality. And I feel like labels. Once you label somebody, you you negate who they truly are. You know.
yeah. You limit with labels.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think I'll go by like, was it Bob Marley? Love is my religion. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's what unites us all.
Yeah.
Like even the most hurt people, they just want to feel loved.
Yeah, we all do. And there's something magical and timeless. And it always seems to be like you could go back to the root, and the root seems to be love.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What?
I'm enjoying this. I really appreciate this like open, fluid conversation. This is fun for me.
Me too. That's why I do it every day.
Yeah. Cool.
um. So, do you consider yourself like healed now?
No, no, no. I don't, like I said, like, I don't think that there is, like, I would be
Like it's
lying.
never like reaching a point, right?
Yeah. If I said I was
Yeah.
healed, do not listen to me. Like, and I would have nothing to offer you.
She's kooky. No, I'm just
I,
kidding.
I think there's healing. It's healing. It's not
It's a
healed.
practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, healing
Like,
is a practice.
it's just this ever evolving experience. Um, I think that there is such layers of healing that it I don't think it can happen in a lifetime. I think you can reach wonderful
Mm,
plateaus where you're like, I feel really great about this. So like I so what I say now, like my story where I'm at now today in my life, I say that like my parents' suicides has now become the greatest gift of my life. There's a lot of healing that's happened, but
Mm.
who am I to say that? How, like, and I have no emotional charge. Like, that's a really good sign that, you know, you
Oh
healed,
yeah, that's what I
healed.
always tell people. Yeah, I always tell people because I have a story with my mom. You know, she had a very traumatic upbringing, first generation from the Philippines, grew up in poverty on a farm. 14, she was the second or third oldest out of 14 kids. Lots of abuse, trauma. And it's hard because it's like sometimes when you bring it up in a conversation, that's a key indicator that you pointed out is like somebody who's healing, they don't get triggered by something in their past. You know, they're okay with it. They've accepted it. They've become at peace with it. Um, so yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I get people who are like, who will bring up suicide or my parents, like, oh, I'm so sorry. Is it okay that we talk? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm here to talk about it. Like, there's like, you have nothing to apologize for. Like, I'm like, that's like weird thinking to me because I guess just where I'm at in my journey. But yeah, Thomas, I feel like, yeah, there's, yeah, the word healed. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't fully satisfy me. I
Hmm.
feel like there's such depths that we could tap into that we're just not even privy of or conscious of. Um, so it's ever evolving. Yeah.
Just I'm healing.
Yeah. Or like,
I'm
well, yeah,
healing.
I mean, or
Yeah.
you could say healed on more of like a surface level where like, yeah, like I don't feel emotionally charged. I've learned from it. I've gained wisdom. I'm grown. But like I said, I like to go deeper and I just feel like there are depths that we just don't even know yet of how healed.
We're unaware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you don't know what you don't know until
Yes.
you're
Yes.
shown it. Yeah. That's why I don't like that term, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not bliss because there's a lot of stuff that you could find out if you uh, embrace, embrace it.
Yeah. Tap into. Yeah. Like it may not be like, may not always be fun. It may be difficult. It may be hard. It may be dark. Like along the journey of like becoming, right? But on the other end,
Mm,
the other side of that is probably the most bliss, most presence that you'll ever
mm.
experienced.
Yeah, the first thing I think of, like, if I were in your shoes, is why. That's the first question. Like, why did they do this? How did you come to terms with that?
I didn't take it personally. I feel like that's where a lot of people, like a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, is that they take the person's suicide personally. And I don't know how or why I didn't. I think I just had such empathy
Mm-hmm.
for my father or my parents. Like it, it, it gave me a sense of awareness because I didn't know. You don't know what people are going
What's
through
going
inside,
on?
like
Yeah.
how dark and heavy it is. And I was like, wow, like it opened me up and I was like, wow, people are really suffering. Like, what would it take for you to actually get to that point? I have no idea. I never
Mm,
thought that way or experienced it. Like I said, like my parents gave me the most like sweetest childhood.
mm.
Um, but then that reality, that bubble burst. Um, what was the question you asked? It was what was I'm like trying to go back to that.
I was just wondering, like if I was in your shoes, the first thing that I would ask is why did they, like, what got them to that point to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you asked, the question was like, why me or something like that. Um, but I didn't stay in this victimhood. It was like, and I feel like, like my trauma, like I've just felt like people talk about like, oh, your parents dying of suicide is really traumatic. I'm like, being them was traumatic. I was just a witness of it.
Mm,
Like I've had my own personal experiences. I probably don't like this is the story I lead with is my parents. But like I've had my own experiences that were traumatic. Like um
yeah, there's different stories, that
yeah,
there's different narratives, and you could choose to believe other people's narrative that that was traumatic. And I mean, if you just read the story, like, yeah, that's, if you read that story in a book, like, damn, that is traumatic. But then you choose to rewrite your story, and that's why my podcast is called Unwritten. Like,
mm,
what are the unwritten stories that you could live right now?
yeah, yeah. Because and I've crafted this story about my parents, not in like a manipulation way, but in a way where I'm like, where I'm able to tell and show my perspective and what I've learned instead of being like, my parents died of suicide and it was awful or whatever.
So what is something like, what is the perspective of your siblings that you've seen, that were just like, I don't want to feed into that belief that you pushed back against, versus yours?
I've always wondered this because I do have one who's like, or a couple that are really stuck in their pain. And my heart just goes out to them. It's like, what made me take this path and them take this other path?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the influences. Like I said, I just was blessed with these wonderful gifts and people, but um, I don't know. We all have, we're all these different influences, all these different belief systems and programmings. And it's like, it just make up who we are. So there's got to be either your own crisis, existential crisis that you go through, or some other influence to come in and shift the paradigm,
Mm-hmm.
right? To change the story, the narrative that you're
Mm-hmm.
playing out.
So you just think, because your siblings experienced the same thing, they just didn't have the guidance that you had.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they're very different. Everyone's so different, like just because
Yeah.
we were related, um, doesn't mean anything. Really, like we all like live in our own reality, in
Oh
our own
yeah, that's
worlds.
true.
But it is interesting though, like you like to like because you would think you'd kind of group us together, like, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get,
Yeah,
like it all happened to you, but you have this story of not holding on to this traumatic story event of your life and choosing to be empowered by it, choosing to have post traumatic growth from it. And the same people who might have experienced it, they're going to have a completely different, uh, perspective
yeah,
on it.
yeah. And it's just kind of it. Just I guess it is what it is. Like yeah, everyone's on their own path. But I think that um, thinking differently and having positive influences made the difference. Yeah.
Now, what is your mission?
Hmm. My mission is to pick up where my parents left off,
Mm,
to like live a life of purpose, to live out loud in a way that they couldn't, because they were really interesting people. Like when my mom's funeral happened, I remember people would come up and they're like, "Your mom was the cat's meow." I was like, what a
what does
fun
that
thing to
mean?
say. Like, way to go out like that, mom. Like the cat's meow. They were really interesting people. They weren't bad. They were just people. But they were
Mm,
beautiful in their own right, but also had their darkness and their suffering in silence.
yeah.
So taking everything that I've learned, and man, I go through it. I go through it like the rest of us. Like I that's all on my face all the time. It's hard, and then I
Mm,
pick myself back up, and I'm like, okay. Like, what was that? What did I learn? How can I just become more of myself, more alive because of it? And every time I fall and I stand back up, I have something to offer, some sort of golden
mm.
nugget of wisdom.
What would you tell people who have recently gone through a traumatic or even grieving period? Um, because for me personally, I haven't had that yet in my life. I haven't um, experienced a true like hardcore loss and grief. You know, my father died, but I never knew him. He wasn't like in my life. Um, so when I remember going to his like wake or whatever, and I just didn't feel anything. It was just like, damn, this was my my dad.
Yeah.
What would you tell people who are truly like they're in it, they're in the grief, they're in whatever event?
Yeah. Um, a few things. And this is hard to do, but to be as present as possible in it, to not numb out by scrolling or like the drugs and alcohol or like, whatever it is that would give you that high to take you away from that pain, to really sit in it, to be present with it, and then to take responsibility. So when you can take responsibility, that moves you out of victimhood, not for like what happened, if something happened to you, right, that wasn't okay. It's not about taking responsibility for that, but owning like your own um, reaction and response to what you're going to like. It's not matter. It's not so much what matters, like what happened to you. It's like, what are you going to do about it? So taking responsibility
Mm,
for who you are in this situation, when you can take responsibility, you get your power back. And when you get your power back, you can change your life. You can change the situation or like how you feel about it or what you're going to do about it.
yeah, because we feel like out of control because we have these out of control emotions, you know. And I always tell people, you gotta feel it and feel it like hardcore, you know. Don't repress your emotions. Um, let them flow through you and out of you. You know, like freaking feel that shit. Feel
Yeah,
that
man,
shit.
it's awful, but it's like, let it break you. Let it break you
Yeah,
wide open until the light shines out or in,
let
whatever,
it
where,
flow in and out.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I visualize emotions. They come in and they go out of me. You know, I don't hold on to them.
Yeah, I like that. I just experienced a really bad heartbreak, which I'm going to write a really great book on. But I was like, I would get these waves of like grief or just that whatever. And it was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a wave. Just breathe
Mm-hmm.
through it and it'll pass. Instead of being like,
Mm.
this is my reality. Like I'm so hurt. I'm a victim. Like just being in the pain. Like if you like we hold on to the beliefs create our reality, right? If there's some like a wiggle room in the belief that you hold, where it's like, yeah, letting the emotions like, yeah, move through you. I love that. It's also like gives a good visual. I feel like,
Yeah, I'm very visual when
yeah,
I think of things. Yeah, it helps me process and
yeah.
explain things on a simpler level.
Yeah.
Well, Mackenzie, do you have anything else you'd like to cover before we move on?
No, this has been good. I've been enjoying just following your lead.
Appreciate it. All right. So how deep will you go? My first question is, what is your happy place?
My happy place is in the woods, in nature. Like we talked about, because like you get like you're okay there. Like you can when I go into the woods and I'm back by national forest, I can
Mm.
just I can be as wild and weird as I want to be. I can cry, I can scream. Nobody is there to tell me otherwise. Like you're like this is I just can be fully me, fully expressed, and also like being balanced out by nature. Like we're supposed to be in nature.
Yeah, I couldn't live. That's why I couldn't live in the city.
Yeah. It's hard. I don't know how people do it.
I have to live like on the outskirts of a city. Yeah. I don't know how people live like, yeah, I got my penthouse downtown and you're just always surrounded by noise
Yeah. Like that would stress me out. Like the
and
noise.
a lot of energy, a lot of
Yeah.
people's energy.
Yeah. Not being able to touch your feet on the bare ground too.
That's the most like connected you could feel. And people don't do that. It's too dirty.
So good.
What's something meaningful to you, but not to others?
But not to others. Maybe my time alone. That's an
Mm,
interesting question. Like I'm not sure how to answer that, but maybe I value my alone time. I can like go into
I need alone time.
yeah,
I need it. It
reset.
helps me think.
Yeah, to be able to think, clear it all out, not
Yeah.
have anybody. Um,
Opinions or
yeah,
judgments or what you should do or it's like, nah, this is I need some I need to clear out everything so I can come back to what do I want, what do I think? And that's what solitude and meditation for me does.
yeah, yeah, me too.
What question have you always asked yourself since you were a little kid? I think you've been saying it this whole
Yeah,
time. Huh? Why are we here?
yeah. Well, yeah. Just why? Why? What can I learn from this? My cousin said something really interesting to me, and it always stuck with me. He's like, if you can't keep asking why, then you've got the wrong answer. You've hit a dead end because everything is connected. Everything's connected. So there's no reason you can't keep asking why. And it'll just, that makes sense. To me, it makes sense.
Well, you could always ask why to everything.
Yeah. You should, like, if you cannot keep asking why, like if you've arrived to an answer and you cannot keep, like if you've hit a dead end, then it's the
Like
wrong
this is
answer.
it. Like ask like if somebody is the first thing I think of is if somebody's like convicted in their their answer. Like, this is it. Like that.
See, okay. So like here's a visual. Like if you think of like the brain, right? It's all interconnected, right? You have all like the neural pathways and everything's connected, right?
Squishy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like so is like the universe at large. Like everything is connected, everything's weaved together. But it's like there's not one like thing where something is not connected to everything else, right? So if you've arrive to an answer and you can't ask why beyond that, then it's not the right answer because you should keep asking why. You should have the ability to keep asking why because everything is connected. Does that make sense?
A little bit. I'm trying to grasp it here.
Okay. Like there are no dead ends. If it's a dead end, then you're in the wrong place or the wrong.
Is there a wrong place though?
That's another good question. I like that, right?
Is
That's
there
good.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what happened to just arriving?
Well, I think it's like, I'm going to see if I can give you an example here. I wish I could articulate this better, but what I feel is that
It
like,
is it
yeah,
is a hard concept. It's like,
yeah,
wait, you should you should always ask questions, always ask why. But if you don't have any more questions, I don't think that's wrong. I think maybe you've reached a place of contentedness,
yeah,
and I think that's okay.
I think that's okay too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll work on my analogy and I'll come back to you because I feel like I think there's something good I want to share with you. I'll come back.
I'm trying to I'm trying to get it in my fucking squishy brain here. Yeah. So I ask every guest on every podcast the same last questions. We kind of already covered this one, but what is your biggest regret? Or if you don't have anything that you would regret, what would your future self regret?
Yeah. And like I said, like that's something I actually contemplate or think about and talk to my clients about, my friends. Like, don't think that we should live with regrets. Like, if you have
Mm.
regrets, then you're not learning, right? But one thing that I do look at that pains me are those damn tattoos. And it's like, it's filling in thick
Wait,
over.
are you allowed to show us, or you don't want to show
You want
your
to see my
feet?
feet? Can I do this here?
Don't fall, don't fall. Oh, that's actually cool.
Some
I
people
like the
like them.
eyeball
And I'm
one.
like, well, the concept there was some depth to it, but when I look at them visually, I'm like, Jesus, like
I want to get
the
rid of them.
eye to keep me awake, and then the roots to keep me
Mm.
grounded, and the roots are supposed to have kind of like this yin yang symbol, so it's like balanced and grounded and awake. So this kind of this thing happening here, but
Why don't you don't like them just because they're attached to that story of
no,
feeling
it's
like
just
pressured, or
aesthetically. I look at them and I'm like, God, they're really. I don't look
just
at them.
get them redone,
Yeah, I was
make
like,
them better. Yeah.
no, I think I was looking at a removal machine. I was like,
Oh,
it's rather
really?
not. I want a clean slate. It's not who I am anymore. You know?
Oh, I don't have any.
Yeah,
I'm naked.
that's good. I
I'm just pure skin.
I want that. I want to go back to that.
I'm just like, yeah. I've always appreciated it. Like, I've always seen people like, that's cool,
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate
but
it, but
I don't. I'm just pure skin. I don't know. Who or what has made the biggest impact in your life?
my children. My children, like, you want to grow, you want to mature. You like you have to start like shit gets real when you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I had to really, I feel like I wrote something years ago. It was really beautiful and eloquent. I'll try to rephrase it, but it was like, my children birthed the woman that they needed their mom to be. That,
Yeah, that reminds me of the like saying that your children choose you.
yeah,
Have you heard that one?
yeah,
You don't choose your children choose you.
yeah,
And if you think about it, they kind of did, you know, like you had to get these millions of swimmers going, and then they they babies are born from adversity, you know?
yeah,
It's like those damn swimmers had to fight, bob and weave and get through, and then like you said, they break that shell, break the barrier of the egg, and then life.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're my greatest gifts, and yeah, like I had to show up for these humans. Like they need somebody to take care of them and guide them, and ooh, yeah, gross.
It's a lot. Yeah, I have twins,
Oh my God.
and I went through a toxic heartbreak as well with my baby mama. So it's like in a perfect world, you just want to have two good parents that are just there and they happily ever after. But it's like that. Nah, this is what the universe had. This adversity, so you can learn something from it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, you get a being a parent is like no joke. There's like you don't get to mess around. Like you got to show up. Yeah,
What is one lesson that you had to learn the hard way?
dating.
Me too.
Yeah, no one taught me how to like
Who
vet,
does? Nobody
right?
teaches.
Um, yeah, that was like just I was just kind of out there in the world, like so I've learned the hard way over and over again and over again. And then finally like at a place where I'm like, I think I can do this and I can do it well. And I think I've
Mm,
gathered enough information to to create what I want. Yeah.
yeah, they say like be the person that you would want to attract in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part of it.
that's probably one of the hardest things I had to learn too. You know, driven by lust,
Yeah.
like a bull seeing red. It's like, nah,
Not always sustainable.
no, no.
Yeah.
It's never sustainable when you start any. I don't think so. If from personal experience, like if you start the relationship purely based off of like this lust desire, you know, that's one aspect of the
Yeah.
relationship. There's way more aspects than just that. It's like going deep.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have all like the key component that make a relationship work. You know, like knowing that like stuff's going to come up. It's going to be challenging, but like showing up in a way where you can work through them and then come out the other side stronger and more connected than before.
Yeah, like makeup sex isn't gonna
No,
solve it.
no, not
Yeah, you feel good,
nothing.
but then it's like, wait, our problems are still there.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you want like a good marriage, yeah, that's not enough.
it's not sustainable. Yeah. Uh, we kind of covered this question too. Um, what would you be doing with your life if you had all the time and all the money in the world?
I would be helping people. Or I help people. I would be living. You know what? Actually, hold up. Okay, this is the life that I built now. I am okay, but I do have this like other desire to, I wish I could just live in a tribe deep, deep in the Amazon or like in the jungle, like, and like get
Yeah.
back to what it means to like be a real human, like
Yeah.
in nature, like really like,
Are you gonna be hunting?
yeah, a gathering, whatever. I don't know. Like
Gathering,
whatever, like
hunting?
I want to be like a tribes person. I want to be in a tribe away from like
Yeah.
white men, like the influence of like modern culture, like
You
all
said
of
white man.
that.
Specifically white man,
Well,
yeah.
you know,
No,
once
I'm
that
just
comes,
kidding.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not always politically correct, but I don't care. Whatever.
Man, that's one of my pet peeves. People that are like anal about political correctness.
Yeah, that's
Like I'll post something on like threads, um, and I'll get like one comment correcting my
yeah.
like it's not there, it's there. Like it's not they are, it's they like some super dumb like
Like thanks.
man, if that's what you're worried about in
Yeah.
life, then I think you got more stuff to deal with. But no, I would love to do the vision I have is I want to um do something similar. I want to go on one of those plant medicine retreats for like a month
Yeah.
and live with like the shamans and stuff and participate but then also observe and like see how like what is it that they do to help guide people healing through plant medicine. And then also I wanted to they have like monk retreats where you just like go to a ashram Buddhist temple and live as a monk for like a month
Yeah. Yeah.
and just no technology. No, I don't think you have to shave your head, but it's optional. um you just live like them like a monk for a month. I would
Yeah.
love to do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I feel like these people like are a dying breed, but I feel like are in touch with what it means to be truly human. Take me
Hmm.
there. Yeah, I want to learn. I want to be that for a little bit.
Megan, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really enjoyed just like your presence and the way you lead. I felt like we were able to like go deeper and I talk about the things that I actually really want to talk about. So thank you.
Did we go deep enough or not deep enough for you?
No, this was great. This was perfect.
There's nothing on your mind that you're like, we got to go deep on this one?
No, I I'm gonna come back with that analogy with the asking why thing.
Okay.
I'll figure that out for you.
You're
But
still like bugged out about
I'm
that?
gonna well, I feel like I'm onto something. I just need to be able to articulate it in a way people can grasp it.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard concept because to me, when I think of that, I just think of you've arrived to a place of contentedness in your heart. And to me, people um people get confused by being content. But I think when you reached a true place of contentedness, you're you're at peace. You're not want to, you don't need to, you don't want to do anymore. You're just okay, and that's okay. Um, not everybody is gonna have like a profound need to ask so many
Yeah.
questions. That's why we have me and you. We're the people that need to ask the questions. Some people uh they reach this place of nah, I'm good. Like
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah. And that's like, yeah, there's all different states of being, right? Like if you're in that like monk
Hmm.
state, you're just present and there's so much beauty in that too.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you're in that state, probably the existential crisis state, like at the when the whys start to come, you know, and I think
Hmm.
that there's an interconnectedness that bringing some awareness to the interconnectedness of life and knowing that like those bigger questions, there's probably not an answer, but we can still ask why. I don't not to do this for you, but I feel like this was good. I really appreciated this conversation.
Is there anything that you'd like to share with somebody listening right now that you think would surpass the surface level and touch their soul level?
How present can you be when you're uncomfortable? How much can you embrace it when it doesn't feel good? We can embrace the highs and the happy. Fuck yeah, all day, please. But can you sit in the uncomfortability and truly feel that? And then actually, I think what people will find is that it doesn't hurt as bad. It's the resistance.
Yeah. Don't be so rigid.
Yeah.
I always I always say, like, there's this analogy, don't be so rigid, be like the palm trees in a hurricane. You know, like what are the palm trees? The palm trees, they're still standing, I think, in a hurricane.
Yeah.
You can bend a little bit, you know, your back's not gonna break, you know, and that hurricane is coming. And don't be so rigid. Let it flow, bend a little bit, feel it. Let the thunder strike you a bit, you know. Feel it, and you'll get through it. Yeah.
You'll get through it a lot faster and easier, and you'll be able to receive the medicine, the wisdom, the gifts from it. That's what I have to offer.
Thank you, Megan.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Cool. Thanks.